Hello, I'm John Bader, author of Dean's List. I'm here with John O'Keefe of Wellesley College. Nice
Hi.
to see you.
Hi, John.
We are going to be talking today about coping with failure. My first question for you, John, is this. If a lack of academic motivation can hurt you, what are some of the ways to recapture that?
One of the things we often talk with students about when they're first years is finding your passion, finding the thing that is really going to, light a fire under you and make you really excited about getting up in the morning and going to class. And that actually can be a challenge to do. Finding your way into a curriculum, finding the thing that's new can be a hard thing to do, but you need to wait for that moment to arrive. And for most students, it will within that first year when you really feel just so excited about something that you never thought about before, and then run with that.
What can a student do to go shopping for new interests?
So that's exactly that issue about how do you find the new thing that can really provide a whole framework for your undergraduate experience. And a great way to do that is through your coursework, but you also need to be talking to your friends and to your professors about things that could build out from the stuff you already know. A lot of college is moving on from the things that you learned in high school to other things, and being really open to possibilities is really helpful.
What are your favorite ways for students to manage their time more efficiently?
So the most important thing in learning how to manage your time is to figure out how you're using time already. So one thing that I do a lot with students is ask them to keep a log for an entire week, hour by hour, of exactly how they're using their time. And it's shocking to them to actually put that down on paper and see how their days are going by. They learn so much from doing that. And once you have it objectified on a piece of paper, you can actually start to think about whether you're using your time well, what parts of your week you could use differently or better. It helps really to get your head around it if you can kind of just write it down on a piece of paper instead of just thinking, I must use time better.
What are the most underused resources for students, and how can they help?
I actually think one of the most underused resources are faculty advisors. And at the moment when a student is struggling, that's the moment that they're underused. And I think it's often because a student is ashamed or has difficulty telling their advisor that things are not going well. But that's actually why the advisor is there. If the advisor is doing her job correctly, she's going to connect her students to the resources that they need to get help. No one can expect a first-year student or even a senior to know all the things to do if things are not going well. But the faculty advisor is really the person there to do that for them.
Is taking a leave from college, a break, a good idea, and why is that?
I think it can be a great idea. For the student who's really lost their sense of purpose, doesn't really have much motivation, stepping away from it, taking charge of the situation by taking a proactive step to control your time and your destiny a little bit can give you that sense of purpose back. And a little bit of time out of the academic world really helps you make better use of it when you return.
John, my last question is this. Where does forgiveness fit into becoming important for coping with failure, and who should be forgiving whom?
That's a really good question. Students who are thinking about going on leave or who are not doing well are often worried about the reactions they're going to get from their parents or from their teachers, their advisors. But I really think it's about their own reaction to themselves that's important, and the sense that you can be a flawed human being and find some goodness in that that helps you move on is really important. And forgiveness is a great word to talk about that process. It's kind of complicated and it is embedded in your own personal history, but to find that in yourself is a really important strategy.
John, I want to thank you again for coming to talk to me about coping with failure.
Thanks, John. It was a pleasure.
If you want to learn more about these issues and the 11 habits of highly successful college students, do check out the book Dean's List. Thanks for listening.